All right, guys, we're back. We got everyone here. Isaiah's got an axe.
No.
We're not doing stuff on the Bonneville. Well, Tristan's actually going to do stuff on the Bonneville. He's got new tires. But this video is actually about the Trans Am and getting the new 408 stroker motor built. So we're finally going to start on that. We got the engine stand back over here, and we're going to be hopefully putting together the rotating assembly. Yeah, we loaned Tristan the frickin' stand for his 5.3. And no, the bolts went with you, and he lost them. So we've had to hodgepodge them together. We have 3. One of them needs to be cut down, so we're gonna see how that goes, or look for the other one. We might even need to go out. Like, we're going out for some plastic gauge, but yeah, this boy lost them.
Which is no different than any other time we've had an engine on the lift, because like we've had.
But he's already done this.
We had
He already got bolts for it.
We went and got proper bolts.
And then you lost them.
I didn't lose them because I had to source my own bolts.
So you're like, these ones don't work.
No, for
You fucking threw them.
But we've had to use an Allen wrench before.
That's for the Camaro.
The
that engine's a lot lighter than this
Vence
one.
can do that.
Oh my god.
But when I go over there to try to look for the pin, I'll look for some bolts, but I don't think you guys.
Yeah, he also lost the dowel pin that goes in the stand to hold it from falling like that.
Didn't lose.
What do you have to say for yourself? What do you have to say for yourself?
The pin I will take blame for, and that's all I have to say.
Yep. So I think we're gonna go to parts store to get a some plastic gauge, because we want to do all this right. So yeah, we're gonna go to the parts store, get what we need. Probably get some chicken sandwiches with some sauce, and
maybe free sauce, maybe not.
And yeah, I guess we'll just put it out here in the video. Is Tristan a Karen? The situation was he went to Popeyes.
Actually, let me say this.
No, you're gonna try and justify.
No, I won't. So I went to Popeyes.
I was gonna say, hold on. Should we actually listen to him, or should I go over the message we all got?
Do the message.
Okay, we're gonna. No,
that message was not well typed, because I typed that at work.
The group Snapchat. Let's see the group Snapchat here.
So I'm having a little argument about what happened last night at Popeyes. So I want anyone's opinion. Am I being a Karen for doing this? Okay, so I went to Popeyes last night and got what I always get, a Chicky Sammy. And when I asked for sauce, they told me I'd have to pay for it. I questioned this. Just a week ago, they didn't do this. I asked for the manager.
Wait, just for clarification, we have always gotten free sauce there. So, yeah. Anyways.
The shift lead comes to talk to me. I asked for the manager again, and he says no, he will talk with me. So I question why they are charging me for just even one thing of barbecue sauce. They say if I'm not getting tendies, then I'm not getting free sauce. I questioned him on when this started and didn't get a solid answer to anything I actually asked. I told him I'm tired of large companies trying to screw their customers.
This is the biggest thing. What the hell? Why would you tell a minimum wage worker that? There. So yeah, all our opinions. He's being a Karen about it.
Well,
why would you talk? Why would you ask for the manager twice and tell this minimum wage employee that corporate is trying to?
Minimum wage employee, if he won't get the manager, like if he's not gonna get the manager,
Karen energy, Karen energy,
fast food.
Karen
if someone had
energy,
a problem, no matter
Karen
what,
energy.
I would be like,
I can see the Karen haircut coming on. Like,
okay.
If hang on, when I worked at Dairy Queen,
yeah.
If you are that Popeyes employee, good on you.
Yeah, good on you.
You should be promoted to manager, and you want to know why? You didn't let your manager have to deal with the stupid.
You didn't let.
No,
you didn't let.
You did a great job.
You didn't let this sauce boy twist your arm.
No, that's what you should do in that situation.
He's lost in the sauce.
Yes, because when I worked at Dairy Queen,
waste your manager's
no, you
time
do.
on pointless
You
shit.
do. They get paid for it.
No.
Yes, they
they
do.
get
Okay. Wait. Okay, we'll just leave it up to the comments. You guys decide if he's being. No. You guys decide. That's where we'll end it. Okay. That's where we'll end it. We're gonna go to the parts store. We'll get to the parts store. We're gonna get our chicky sandwiches. We'll see if we get free sauce. I bet we will. I will personally throw them away in front of Tristan, just to piss him off.
Okay. I mean that doesn't piss me off, but.
Anyways, yeah. So yeah, we will be back. All right, guys. We puttered around all around town to get all our stuff because
We did like 3 laps.
literally it was so annoying. So got a piston ring compression tool. Actually, if we looked, we might even have them already, but I wanted to buy them. Ones we had before we're borrowing from Vence's uncle. So we got the piston ring compression tool. We got the plasti gauge. We got the shitty ring installer tool. We'll see how this works. Then we got our valve spring compression tool and our ring grinder, which we'll need to set up to file the rings down to specs. Vence had them written down somewhere. I'm thinking it's probably written down somewhere in there, or maybe it's in your phone somewhere.
It might have been. I know I put it in my phone, but it was on my old phone. So.
Might need to Google it, but the machine shop guy basically told him what it needed to be at, but he doesn't have them right now. He swapped phones, so he doesn't have them anymore, as far as we know. But yeah, we're going to start with this. Isaiah's just talking with his uncle who dropped by. We're going to pick up the engine from here and then slide it through here to get up on the stand so we can start working on it.
See if maybe I put it in here.
Maybe.
I doubt it.
We also got our chicky sandwiches and chicken nuggets. But yeah, we're going to also just close up the garage door because it's cold, and we finally, for once, get to work in the garage and not out in the cold driveway. Alrighty. So,
This is gonna suck.
pick up from that end.
Yeah. Let's see. Ready? Yeah.
I found right here. Is good?
Okay.
Got it.
Nice.
Let's get a bolt in there. Pretty easy. Friggin' Tristan losing the Dell. We need more lighting. I'm gonna look into getting some lights here soon. I'm just gonna buy some on Amazon and probably put them over here or there, because we just have a giant bulb, but it's actually blocked by the frickin' garage door opener, so it doesn't really cast much light here. This one's new. Those are all new LEDs.
So they have ones like these as well, where it's just an LED strip, or
Yeah.
2 LED strips in one, and then you can just do a line of them.
Look at how nice those fucking cylinders
This
are.
is a beautiful motor. So
Look at that.
yeah, it's
Ooh,
shiny.
Nice. Is this my food?
Yeah.
that's just cool. And you have a so good.
So yeah, let's get the thing back in here, flip it over. That way we can get the bearings and the start putting the bearings and crank in. Crank can go in easily. Main caps, all that good biz.
Thank you for the food.
Dude, this is like our old videos where we'd build engines.
So this one's expensive.
Yep.
Except this one has power.
Yes, there's that too. This isn't V6 bullshit.
This is quality. This whole thing, the motor wasn't expensive, but like this whole build and everything that's coming together.
We got for cheap, and that was surprising because they're usually like $1,200 or $1,600 in this part of the country.
Yeah.
We got it for $400.
Yeah, $400, and then he got it totally gone over by the machine shop. They did everything, new cam bearings, cleaned it, enameled it, redid all the surfaces, and
Zero balance.
yeah, zero balance on all the rotating assembly. That's why we're going all out with like the plasti gauge and the regan gapping tools and all that, because we want this to be like a really nice build compared to what we've done in the past with Project F. There, honestly, there's some things we could have done better on it, but it'll run, but not as well as this will run, I would say. So yeah, let's flip this around, get the crank bearings in. Yeah, also just the engine enamel. It's beautiful. It's feels really durable. It's not
I didn't even pay them to do that, but they did it anyway, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's not like paint. It's literally like paint. It's, well, I guess it is like brushed on enamel, but it's feels really durable, and it has really great color to it. There we are. Yeah, clean off this stuff, but yeah, look at that. All the surfaces were redone. Looks so good.
Looks like it's ready for some barbecue sauce.
So yeah, let's get the crank bearings on, and then we're not going to do assembly lube first because we need to test the crank with plasti gauge, and then we need to check it and then take it down again, see if it's all good, and then if it's good, then we will put it back together with the bearings, assembly lube, and everything, and then we can move on to the rotating assembly where we'll have to do the plasti gauge as well. So he's gonna look for those bearings, and we'll be back. All right, guys. So Isaiah expertly identified where the main caps were. They were hiding under some of Project F stuff or Vaudeville stuff.
It was the nuggies. They gave me the extra IQ points.
Yeah, those little chicks, +1 IQ each.
Yes. I ate 3. I got enough.
So yeah, he got those. These are the bearings for the main or for the crank, the thrust bearings. They have grooves on here. Reading through this note, it says the side that has the 3 grooves goes towards the outside facing the flywheel, and the side of 2 faces the inwards towards the engine. So yeah, it's important to read these. And then, like I mentioned in the previous clip, we're just going to have to measure with the plasti dip. So we put the bearings in, put the crank on, put the plasti gauge on, top bearings on, caps, torque them down to spec, and then turn back down and make sure it lines up with what the machine shop said we need to do. But we're not expecting anything. Like, they already put this together, did the balance, and it was good. So, but obviously not these bearings or anything like that. But so yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and start doing that, and we'll be back. All right. So yeah, see there's it looks like there's a mark on there, but yep, that's smooth, and that's the side that has the 3. So the 3 faces outwards.
It goes here.
On the center.
Yep. Okay.
Well then. That would be what they said. Yeah, the 3. Oh, that's dumb. It comes with 2, one from the bottom, one from the top. I'm a bit slow today. So, but they did. That's why it says face the flywheel. So this is back of the engine. This is where the 3 grooves are. So that would go there. Is it supposed to be flush with it, or is it supposed to be up like that?
I'm pretty sure it'll fit flush when we actually
put it all in.
Yeah. Everything should be correct. It's all ordered for this.
From my experience with that engine, they just fit in. But, I mean, I could be totally wrong and just not know.
Like I said, I can call the sage of...
Yeah. We use RTV?
No, absolutely not. None of that.
So, I think we're just going to, like, kind of figure this out before we continue with the recording, because we're kind of just sitting here like, We're
going to consult with my grandpa, who has much more experience than we do.
Yep, so, we'll be back.
Grade V8 Sage.
Yes.
Alright, Vence tried calling his grandpa, but I think we figured it out. He also is in the bathroom right now. Oh, you got your lubed up finger?
Yeah, we lubed this up.
So, yeah, we got lube on the back. These actually just pressing. I was just being dumb. I thought they were supposed to slide on easily, but you just put them on. It's not like I forced it, but like literally
it was just a lot easier with lube.
You put basically like any force on it and it'll go down. I just wasn't trying. I thought they were supposed to slide on. So yeah, they fit perfectly. So lubed up that side. We're going to now get the crank on, and then I think you put the plastic gauge on top of it, and then you put the bearings on, which will smush it. And then once it's smushed, you take the caps off and then measure the plastic gauge, see if it's in spec, and then you put it into bum. So Tristan got his new tires. Let's go look at those while we wait. He's also going to be doing an oil change on it, finally.
Yeah.
Hopefully no water. I don't think there's going to be, because
hopefully no water.
It sounds and feels really good.
They don't look any different from here.
I think they look different. I can see it. They look like aggressive. They got this side, what's it called? Siping?
Yeah, they do have that. The BF Goodrich ones had those too, and I love that look.
Yeah, it looks really nice, I think. All new rubber. It's front wheel drive, so this is where the action happens.
Sadly.
Supposedly, he's hearing like a flapping noise on the driver's side. It's not like the sticker's still on or anything like that, so it'll just be a bit more like figuring out what's going on with it. I don't know.
I could take someone around the block and like show them too. It's not the engine though, because I revved it up, and it only does it when it's moving, and it goes faster.
It could literally even just be like the rubber nibs on there or something.
That's what I was thinking too, but you know, like I haven't owned enough new tires to know.
Yeah, so. I bet it's normal. But anyways, yeah, the Bonneville finally has new tires, so he can actually start daily driving again. He just needs to do an oil change. We're just waiting on Vence, and yeah, we'll be back, get the crank on. Hopefully we can get the rotating assembly on, but I think the piston rings might give us some trouble, or at least not trouble, but it'll take a while to file them all down and get them on. So, yep.
What do you mean you'll what?
All right, guys, we're getting the crank out.
It's a two-person job because it's just too much power for one man.
Don't drop him. That was important.
It don't look very important.
Should grab it by the snout. Yeah, pick up that side so he can move his hand.
You got it.
Cool. All right, and then Yeah, we'll test it. I don't know which one you're supposed to test on or if it matters. We could test all of them, or we could just test one.
The great sage of wisdom won't answer the phone.
Yeah. So let's just Google it real fast. But basically, we're now going to get the plastic gauge, put a strip on there, and then once it's squeezed, we will measure it.
So here is
Do I want to loop
3.
before or after?
Which way does 3 need to point, though? That's the thing. I don't remember which way these point.
There's there should be markings.
I don't know.
It looks like it might fit only one way. Maybe it fits both ways. I think it goes this way because if you look at it like 1, 2, 3, that's facing upright, you know?
Yeah.
We'll just do a quick Google search because there are also these marks. But I think that's how it's supposed to be done. All right, guys. We're experts at Google Foo.
Just only took 4 people.
Don't worry about it.
So the winged edge, so like that, except for this one, this is a bad example. This one, the winged edge, you can see, all face towards the back of the engine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, the winged edge face this way, and then number 5 is the only one that faces this way. So here's a good example. This is like the same orientation, front of the motor this way, front of the motor there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So, and they have numbers on them, so it's pretty easy. Monkeys can do it like us. Okay, so now we'll want to get the plastic gauge on and measure the distance, or measure it.
Yeah, so you sure that's how that works?
100%.
100% sure. At least a 28% chance.
Motherfuckers. There we go. Okay, now we need to get the bolts and torque these down. And then we need to remove it. Or we need to torque all of them down so everything's like applied force.
Dude, this is a fresh unit.
This is fresh as fuck. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can't do that. I'll swap sides. And we're not like tightening these very hard down right now. We're just seating all the bolts first. And then we'll get the torque wrench and torque them in the correct sequence. That will equally apply the plastic gauge to where it needs to go to figure out, you know, if it's good or not. And it's very important, let's not rotate this because it needs to, you know.
Yeah, otherwise we're gonna score things.
Yeah.
Nice. Will look good.
Really?
Yeah, look perfect.
Update on the Bonneville. There's no oil. Water. No, there's no oil in his oil. There's no water.
No oil in his oil.
No water coolant.
That's funny. You almost said Project F, and people were like, "Oh, work was done on it. What?
The engine's in. They did an oil change on it.
What? They didn't tell us about it. They didn't show us. What?
God. Yep. So, anyways, yeah, the nice update. That's actually very nice that we didn't see any water in it because that was my biggest concern.
Yeah.
But yeah, with this,
I can pour some water in.
No, please.
we got these down. So I'm gonna look up the torque spec and torque sequence so we can do this like good. Okay, so we looked up the torque specs. We're just gonna do to start 15 foot-pounds just to get it sunk in, so we can put the side bolts in. Each one of these have a side bolt. Right now it's not sunk all the way down, so. This is the torque sequence. We're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to be sinking them down. And this is for the center bolts. We're not doing the outside ones yet. I should probably set this. It's at 100 foot-pounds right now.
Boy.
Tristan used it last. That's my excuse. He did put his
For my tires, yeah. It'd be fine. It's only 100 foot-pounds.
I mean, as long as it's holding it down, it's fine.
Ooh, she
Now
sunk.
slide in better.
Ooh, she sunk, boy. Let me tell you what.
All right, guys. So we got this all torqued down. So basically what it is the center bolts 15 foot-pounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then it is 81, or what was it, 80? Yeah, 80 degrees.
Something degrees.
80, 81 degrees. So that's like just a hair short of 90 degrees. So we did that. And then the outside bolts, 15 degrees, same bolt pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then it was 51 degrees. So just a hair short of, or a little bit more than half the 90. And then the side bolts, we did it kind of the same. I didn't see any specs for them other than 18 foot-pounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now this is torqued down. So now we get to take it all apart again and then check the plastic gauge. Okay, and there we have our plastic gauge. Let me see if I get some light. Yeah, that's fine. We'll measure it from here.
And then we gotta make sure we remove all of it.
Yep. Let me see the bottom real quick. So we can measure that too. Yeah. But let's get this out. So there is only here. So it is 0.002. Looks pretty dead on. Let me just check the other one real fast. I did do the red ones. I don't know if the green ones are different. They are. They're a bit smaller. So we're at 0.002, I think, for the center. All right, guys. We just finished measuring with the plastic gauge there. It is uniform across all of them. So that's a good sign, I would say. So now we can go ahead and clean that off and clean off the bearings, put the assembly lube on, and then redo just what we just did, torque everything back down. And then we could start on the rods. We're gonna have to do the same thing with the rods. We probably won't check every single one, but we'll just check like a couple and see how that goes. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. All right, guys, we got the rotating assembly all torqued down. I'm not sure if we showed that. It spins really, really nicely. Like, look at that. But now we are going to be doing the ring gap. So we have a feeler gauge. We have our rings. This is the top ring. And there's a handy dandy calculator here. So for like cast or forged pistons, hyper uretetic, I can't even fucking say that word. All pistons, second ring, top ring, second ring, and then oil ring. So this is not going to get boost first, but we don't want to have to resize the rings. That requires to tear it all down again. So we're going to...
In which case now I will splurge and buy the boost.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, what we could do is go somewhere in the middle because they have street application, street strip, circle track drag, force induction up to 15 pounds, force induction over 15 pounds. The goal is to have this over 15 pounds. So that would put us at the bore times 0.007 for the top ring, bore being 4.030 times 0.007. That comes out to 00286, I believe it was. So that was 4.030 times 0.007. That's a ring gap of 0.282. So there's barely any gap there. So we're going to need to grind this down. Here, let's see if we can get that, yeah.
This part is hard as fuck.
I'm glad I brought this feeler gauge because we wouldn't have been able to do this.
Yeah.
And it needs to be all the way in.
I can't get it all the way
So it's less than that even. So we're definitely going to have to grind them down if we're going to go that far. So we have this grinding wheel. So this is what we'll have to do. But with the rest of the hardware, there's going to be a wheel with grit on it. And then we'll just take one of the rings, one at a time as we measure them, and place it on here under this notch. And we'll grind away a little by little to test it. So I'm going to build this, and then we can start getting these all done. But as you can see, we just have to get the ring, compress it, put it in there, and then measure it with the feeler gauge, and then we just have to grind it down.
See, second rings.
Yeah, so you want to check that. Second ring, it has a dot, and that'll tell you if it's top or bottom. So this is going to be tedious. We might show one once this is all set, but we need to do all these rings before we can get it on. Then we'll install the rings on the pistons. We'll install the pistons with no lube on the bearing surface, torque them down with plastic gauge, and then take them all apart again, make sure that's good, and then we can actually get it. And then the rotating assembly will be together. Yeah, it's a lot of work when you want to do it right, it seems. We didn't do this with Project F at all. So, yep, we are going to get to work now. All right, guys, so we got the the grinder on, so I just put it on the vise because I didn't want to drill in there, but basically you just rotate it like this, and then the sanding wheel will take off some. So we need to go a bit further. Yeah, actually, I almost can't even see the gap on camera, but yeah, we did remove some. This is basically how it operates. You get the ring on, you butt it up against the stop, and so it makes, you know, flat like contact with the wheel, and then you rotate it to grind it. And it seems to take off material quite fast, so I don't want to like gun it. And doing both sides to do it like evenly. Don't want to take too much away from one side, you know. This is going to be an incredibly tedious process because on this one I've already been working on it like 5 minutes or more, like 10 minutes, I don't know. And I've gone, you know, forward and back and, you know, checked to make sure. And then also, it's not an exact science to get the ring in here just to test the bore. I found kind of like this works a little bit. Get both sides in. Here goes. And it feels like I'm taking out so much more material than I am, but yeah, not even more. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going back and forth with this, and we need to do 8 of them.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're getting the rings on tonight. We might do this just for a little bit longer.
No, we have to do 16 of these.
Yeah, true. We do have to do 16 because we have top ring and bottom ring, and even has specs for the oiling ring too.
I've never heard of anyone doing the oiling ring, so we'll leave that alone.
It just says maximum of 0.015, so we can measure and make sure that they're within that, because if they're more than that, then that means the oiling rings aren't in the right spec either.
Yeah.
But we'll just measure them. We'll put the oiling ring in, just use the feeler gauge. And yeah, so this is going to take a little bit of time.
This whole high performance engine thing is kind of hard.
I mean, we could just throw it together if you want.
No.
Just throw it together. Definitely not. These rings to me seem like they were way too tight just to begin with, even for like any application. Like there is no gap really. So yeah, we're gonna just continue with this. All right, guys. So we're 3 in, and basically we decided to just start ringing the pistons as we go. So these pistons need to go in a specific order. If you want to show them, yeah, they need to go in a specific order, which they're sitting in the box behind them. In that
Right
order.
over there.
So we're taking one at a time, putting the rings on. These are cheap OEM tools. Literally, it just like grabs them like this to stretch them out. And I had to crush this gap because it was too big, but it works. So we're gonna put them on. So this is the top ring, just like so. And honestly, I have to say, all this Summit rotating assembly stuff, top notch. It is so nice. All the instructions that come with it, super nice. Like this is very detailed instructions. Make sure to read through them. They help a lot. So yeah, we're just gonna continue like that. We're just doing one ring at a time. We're 3 down. We got what, like 15 to go?
13
to go. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, guys. I think that's gonna end it. Vence had to leave. He was going to dinner with his mom. Isaiah's just going to continue doing this. Just knock him out because he has the time. And yeah, he's just going to be doing the top. I don't know if you can do the next set of rings. I'll just have to look up the size.
I think, because I think the second ones, you guys said that they
a little bit bigger.
0.3.
0.3 or 0.32.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then I'll just go to 0.3 on those ones then.
Yeah,
then we'll just double check before we put them on the actual pistons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then that way most of it's ground out, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be almost the same size as these ones too.
Yeah, they should be bigger. But yeah, so yeah, he's going to do that. And then, like I said, we were just putting them one at a time on the pistons. So yeah, it's exhilarating work just standing here and grinding. So
yeah.
Isaiah's taking one for the team here.
Yeah, I'm just turning on a podcast and having a little space heater out here for right now.
Yeah.
And
we can put it closer if you want.
no, it's fine right there. It blows just fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just getting it done. Just then we can move on to more exhilarating content on the channel.
Yeah, I mean, there's still more monotonous stuff. Once we have the rings already, we have to put them on the pistons, and then we need to put the pistons in, do the plastic gauge, same as we did with the crank, torque them down, and then tear it back down, and then put it back together. But then the rotating assembly should be done. And then the last real thing we need to do, I think, precision-wise or No, there's two more things, a couple more things. Degreeing the cam, and then also just checking valve lash. I think are the last two things we need to do. That'll make it run like perfectly healthy. And then we'll have a motor that's perfectly internally balanced, gapped, ring size, plasti dipped, all the bearing clearances are perfect. And yeah, so that's going to do it. We appreciate you guys watching. We have a Patreon if you'd like to support us. All the money that go to it goes to the channel for us to buy tools. We had to buy like 5 specialty tools today. And yeah, it helps us out. And we definitely appreciate if you like, subscribe, and comment down below.